Sorry about that, guys. Welcome back, everyone, to the monthly Covenant Canon Q&A session. For those of you who don't know what this is, basically at the beginning of each month, I read out every question from the Discord channel of Covenant Canon. If you don't know where that is, Discord can be the link for the Discord can be found in the description box below. All you need to do is join up and submit your questions in the Q&A submission page, and just have at it. Just make sure that it's appropriate, nothing too crazy. It doesn't necessarily have to be Halo related. It's common, but not required. But yeah, and while this is going on, I'll be playing some Halo Infinite, just for everyone else's entertainment, so it's not just me just spouting out questions while looking at a blank screen. As the thumbnail implies, we'll be hunting down the Hand of Atriox.
Spartan.
Alright, it's been a bit. Just let me see if I can find the campaign. There we go. I think
Didn't survive
we'll
6 months on this damn ring to get leered at.
Before I answer the questions, I might as well
What are we eating?
get out the
That would be good.
where the heck is it? Let me see. Oh, no, that's not it. Where's Pelican Down? I know it's here somewhere. No. Nope, not that. Nope, nope, nope. Come on, where are you? I know you're here somewhere. The sequence? Nope. Nope, Command Spire. Where the heck is it? Hang on. Hang on, I will find it. I'm just being a dum-dum at the moment. Where are you? Is this it? Is this it? Ah, here it is. Ha ha ha, here it is. Mission options. Replay mission. There we go. Okay, now that we got that all taken care of, I will boot up Discord so I can see all the lovely questions you guys have, and I will pop up chat as well. Also, guys, if you notice that there's any lagging or any technical difficulties going on, please let me know in the live chat, just so I can fix it as much as possible. Alright, now that I got all that booted up, alright, let's do our first question from, of course, Rising Fires Spread Its Light, and he asked, if you were to rank all the Arbiter levels in Halo 2 from your least to your favorite, how would you rank them? Ooh. That is a very, very good question. From least to most to favorite. That's a very good question. I honestly don't know, honestly. If I were to rank them, I would probably rank, I would have to say I would probably rank, the Quarantine Zone mission as my least. I think Heretic would be, the one where you have to hunt down, the Heretic leader as the second least favorite. Oh, there you go. What else? The Sacred Icon mission as third. The Uprising as my second favorite. And then, of course, Great Journey would obviously follow under most favorite, because I love the, ooh, sorry about the voice crack there. Because I love the Tartarus boss battle, as well as teaming up with the Johnson and the humans to hunt down and stop the rings. Alright. Moving on to... Oh, hang on. Let me take care of some of these Jiralhanae. There we go. Oh, we got a Warlord. There we go. Okay. Let's move on to another question from Rising Fire, and he asked... Oh. Oh, where are you, Kikior? Oh, is it? Hmm? Where's your bounty, huh? Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. Oh, alright. I'll let the Marines take care of them. Alright, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, what expectations do you have for the Order of Restoration in the years to come, lore-wise? Right. For those who don't know, the Order of Restoration is a, I would call it a post-Covenant faction. They are a... No, they're not a post-Covenant faction. The Order of Restoration is pretty much a, they're a clandestine order of Sanshayum that originally wanted to restore ancient Sanshayum traditions to the Covenant after after they fled Janjarquam at the end of the War of Beginnings. But after the fall of the Covenant, they redirected their efforts to pretty much restoring the Covenant as a whole. So, and they were introduced in Halo Empty Throne as, like, the secretive, secretive order pulling the strings behind pretty much of the events going on in the book. If I want to compare it to something, I'm not sure if I want to compare it to, like, the Final Order from Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. I would say they're more like the... Think of them more like the Byzantine Empire when compared to the Holy Roman Empire. Or the... Yeah, they're pretty much like the Byzantine/Holy Roman Empire when compared to, like, the sakes of, Rome and stuff like that, if that makes sense. But back to the question. What role I could see them playing in? Honestly, I could see them kind of filling in the role for the Covenant that Jewel and Dama's Covenant left vacant after its destruction in Halo 5. It has a potential of, I would say, restoring the OG Covenant as we saw in Halo 2 and 3, or in the original Halo games. But I can see it, like, kind of filling in the void. But it could be in a unique manner, kind of like what many people view the Banished in this game. Like, many people see the Banished as, like, Covenant 2.0, which, honestly, I don't see it that way, honestly. But, it would be a nice way of reintroducing the Covenant in something of a more unique manner, if that makes sense. Oh, hang on. Yeah, retreat. But the Covenant, as I see it, it was pretty much destroyed after Halo 3. But I think the Order of Restoration has a potential of revamping the Covenant in a way that Jewel and Dama's Covenant failed to do. Like, it had some, like, Jewel's Covenant had some unique aspects, but in short, they were pretty much, they weren't really that different from the OG Covenant, except for, more janky armor. So I think that with the Order of Restoration, they could have the potential of revamping the Covenant in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but
take care of the cannon.
it has a way of bringing the Covenant back to life, but in a new, unique manner. I hope that makes sense. Probably doesn't. But that's how I see the Order of Restoration could play out in future Halo games.
One gun down. 2 more to go.
We are running out of time.
Oh, hang on.
The Harbinger and the Banished shared the same goal.
Rebuild the ring.
Oh, hang on.
But
Let
why?
me see.
Maybe they want to go home too.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they actually had home. Sadly, that got blew up by Cortana. Oh, got some birds here stuck in the wall. Okay. Oh, yo! Bonza! Alright. There we go. Okay. Right, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, what do you think of the idea of people making polls in the server to enhance conversation topics and discussions? Alas, Rising, I haven't really tangled with the poll option in Discord at the moment, so I can't give you a clear-cut answer on that, unfortunately, my friend. So, yeah. Alright, let me just try and move away from these blockades. There we go. There we go. Okay, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. And he asked, what is your favorite type of antagonist in fiction? My favorite type of antagonist? Oh. This is gonna sound like a cliche, but honestly, I really like the despot/warlord type figures. Oh, am I stuck? I'm stuck. Oh my god. Well, okay, well, Warhog's gonna go bye-bye. I would say the despot/warlords who crave conquest and power and stuff like that, kind of like the Banished in a way, and more like the old horde from World of Warcraft, if that makes sense. I don't know, kind of like the dictator types. I don't know, it's kind of, if they're well fleshed out, if that makes sense. Though, I will admit, alien factions are way more interesting than human groups, hence why I love the Banished and the Covenant more than I would, say, for example, the Created or the Insurrectionists, because while they are interesting in their ways, it's kind of, they're just, I don't know, it's kind of more the cliche, like, AI, human rebel kind of thing. That kind of loses its charm very, very quickly, in my opinion. There we go. Let's move on to the other AA gun. But yeah, I think despot/warlord type figures, conquering enemies, and like alien faction, that kind of like alien origins, that kind of thing, because I always find the human element, while interesting in their own ways, kind of less of a intriguing aspect, if that makes sense. And also, I kind of like the tragic figure type approach, like those that have understandable reasons for why they do it, not real, like sympathetic kind of, like, if that makes sense. Kind of like with the Banished, their whole shtick derives from them being needlessly sacrificed at the whims of false prophets and stuff like that. And the fact that you lost most of your brothers to needless warfare, that kind of thing. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to explain the sympathetic type of villains, that kind of thing.
Is through a grav lift below. Must be a way to turn it
Oh,
off.
we got some Mechalicolo. Oh boy. Oh, sorry. Nope. Oh, okay. Hang on. Ah, there we go. Oh, where are the freaking... You know what? I'm just gonna use my rockets. Come on, die already. There we go. Ooh, double kill on the Mechalicolo. There we go. Oh boy. Oh, I'm backing off. There we go. Let me just turn on the grav lift. Let's grab
Second AA gun
these.
is open for business.
Chop.
And by open,
There we go.
I mean...
Let's go.
Alright. Okay, now that I've covered that, let's go to... Oh my god. Field Marshal... Broevik? I'm probably butchering that name so bad, and I'm terribly sorry about that, my friend. I'm just gonna call you Field Marshal, because that is the closest thing I got to there. He asked, what is your favorite, feat made by normal human? What is your normal feat made by normal human? Normal feat made by normal human. Favorite feat. Not quite sure what you mean by that, Field Marshal?
I'm on it.
You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific there. I'm not sure if you're referring to, in Halo or in, like, the real world? Yeah, you're gonna have to give me some context there, my friend. Because I'm like, I have no idea what you're on about. Alright, I'm trying to run like a bitch. Running like a bitch.
Chief, we're being contacted on UNSC channels. Comm signature belongs to a Spartan Theodore Sorrell.
Oh,
One we
yeah.
found.
That be
Dead.
Hyperius, I believe.
True.
Yep, there he is. Here we go. Ah. There we go.
Doubt it. You are human. Weak. Pathetic. I will crack your armor. Peel you from your shell. It will not be my first Spartan blood. But it will be the sweetest.
Yeah. Shut
They're
up.
sending a Spartan killer? Chief, this is crazy. This
Come on.
is crazy. We've got to get out of here. We've got to move.
There we go.
Not yet. Hold position.
Okay, moving on to another question from Rising Fire, and he asked, if you were to rank the Master Chief levels in Halo 2 from your least favorite to your favorite, how would you rank them? Oh, that one's even more difficult, because, honestly, Chief levels in Halo 2 were kind of my least favorite in the game itself. Oh, if I had to rank them, though. Oh, I can't remember them top of my head. Oh, am I stuck now, too? Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna be stuck. No, you're not. I'm getting stuck. No. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's go here, shall we? Oh, least favorite of Chiefs levels, I would say, maybe the least favorite I would say would be, I would say the first New Mombasa mission, not the one that we have to, that we board the Scarab and destroy it. That one was cool, but just traversing through New Mombasa just after you crash land after the Scarab brings you down. That would be my least favorite. Corey, Gravemind, that was a good one. Honestly, I would say Gravemind was probably my, favorite one. Actually, I would probably rank that as my favorite, honestly, because, traversing through High Charity and all that. That was actually, a very fun time. Especially, flying through elites and brutes in the, monastery of the Arbiter. Oh, the mausoleum of the Arbiter, not the monastery. What else? Yeah, I'd say my least favorite would be, the New Mombasa, the first New Mombasa mission, and the, my favorite would be, Gravemind Revamp. Or not revamped, regular Gravemind, not the, modded version. Oh! Come on. Oh, just die already. Why are you not... Come on. Come on. Outskirts, there you go. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Corey. Outskirts. I knew it sounded familiar. Alright. I will see if I can find... Ah, here we are.
Shield gone!
Alright, any human weapons I can grab here? Any? No? Where's the Saint Healing? There you are! Okay, let's move on to another question from Rising Fire, funnily enough. What is the most disturbing lore element from the Halo franchise in your opinion? Ooh, the most disturbing. Honestly? Oh, that's a very good one. He's got a lot of good questions today. Oh, that's very hard to say the most. I would say there's only two that spring into mind at the moment. Actually, no, three. The first one would be the whole Spartan 2 project would be, like, pretty much taking children from the colonies and pretty much shaping them into Spartans while leaving behind clones to die that were pretty much made to die, while their own kids are being made to be pretty much slave soldiers, kind of like the Janissaries from the Ottoman Empire, which, funny enough, the Banished version of the Spartans, well, not the Banished version, the insurrectionist version of Spartans, I would say, was made from as a copycat from the Spartans.
There's a repeated message across all Banished frequencies.
All right.
The first part is Hand of Atriox.
Yeah, I would say the first disturbing thing would be obviously the Spartan 2 program, like how they came to be. The second one would be the Jiralhanae game tossers, where
if the Spartan killers find him,
that won't happen.
Where pretty much Jiralhanae pretty much tear the limbs off their prisoners and toss them to a nearby person, even other prisoners that was actually delved on in Empty Throne, funny enough.
We've got a lot. See that chopper? I guess that's one of the Spartan killers.
What's the third one?
And there's the other one.
Oh, yes.
Up there, in the
Where
wreckage.
Jiralhanae...
You
Oh,
need to
not
stop them.
Jiralhanae. Actually, one of the most disturbing thing would be on Draco 3, where Kikyar and Ungoi pretty much hunt down and eat the surviving humans.
Escharum has already won. The Spartans are dead.
And Draco 3 is actually Edward Buck's home planet. So the fact that kids, that pretty much anyone that survived the glassing of Draco 3 were pretty much hunted down and pretty much used as hunting sport for Kikyar and jackals. Or not Kikyar and jackals, fucking hell, sorry. Oh, my brain is not functioning today. Kikyar and Ungoi pretty much had to hunt them down and eat them. So, yeah, that one is very messed up in my opinion. Uh-oh. No, come on. No! Alright, I'm gonna run you over. There we go. Oh, there we go. That takes 2 of the Hand of Atriox out. Which kind of sucks. They were really hyped up in Halo, like, following up Halo, like, they were hyped up before the campaign was, even announced. So,
Yes.
even,
Comms are still offline, but I was
and
able
to have
to
them
activate his
die
tracking
off
beacon remotely. He's
like this is kind of a
He's
major
on mission.
disappointment in my
the
opinion.
UNSC ship graveyard. I hope he's okay.
Alright, let me just take care of some of these remaining Banished dudes so I can go and save our little, coward friend here. Rest in peace, Tavares. Alright. Where are you, Mr. Bruce?
It hide from me.
There we go. Alright. Alright, let me just pause here so I can scroll on down and find some more questions in Discord. And if we have extra time, I will read out the questions in live chat. No guarantees, but I will try. Okay. In your opinion, what Covenant and Banished weapons should not return in the future? Ooh. What weapons shouldn't return? I would say the ones honestly, I really don't care for myself would be the Ravager.
Ready when you are, Chief.
I would say the Ravager from... That's the one... Isn't that the one with the... That has the, Oh, hang on. There we go. There we go. Now let's go to the House of Reckoning to face down Jaga and Escharum, shall we? Okay, but back to the question. For, like I said, the Banished, I would say the Ravager that has the spike and pretty much has the red plasma.
Unknown. There's an unusual signal up ahead. Maybe that's him.
Alright.
I thought perhaps that I had missed Jay.
Oh, hey, Grandpa.
You would allow your cohort to die for them.
There, let me just grab a Mangler. Is there any good weapons over here?
That I was correct.
Okay, Mr. WCG. Calm down.
House of Reckoning. Such an appropriate
Alright.
name. Many of your kind have entered this arena. None have left.
Also, though, I would also assume the group that was in one of the Trial of Reckoning,
Why? We won.
the Trial of Reckoning, Chronicle pretty much indicates that they're all dead. Which, unsurprising. And that's kind of a shame. I wanted to know the name of that Sangheili doc that helped out that one UNSC Marine. But back to the question. I got distracted. Yeah, basically the Ravager for the Banished, and honestly, yeah, Corey, I kind of agree. The Storm Rifle, yeah, I don't think that weapon should return. I honestly think the Plasma Rifle should return rather than the Ultra Strut.
Know that each item you find is a remnant of their sacrifice, and a testament to our strength.
Okay. Quit flexing. Okay. Yeah, I would say the Ravager for the Banished and the Storm Rifle for the Covenant. Those...
Now start this fight.
Okay. Okay, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. What do you think the writers are going to do in terms of the future lore with the Banished group known as the Eight from Empty Throne? Ooh. For those who don't know, the Eight are pretty much a group of the most highly esteemed Banished leaders that run their own little portions of the Banished fleet. There are obviously 6 Jiralhanae chieftains, a Kidgar War Queen, and a Sangheili Kaidan, which I actually talked about in my latest theory video. You should check that out. But back to the question. In terms of where I think the writers will handle the Eight, honestly, there's a lot of potential for them being like the main antagonist for numerous books and potentially comics or maybe even games. Though that's probably kind of a stretch, considering the fact that most book stuff is usually confined to books and not brought over to the games, which there are some notable exceptions to that rule, being Shadows of Reach being teased about in Infinite a bit. But aside from that, the book stuff has usually been confined to just like inner lore stuff. But it would be nice to see the Eight make an appearance as like some spin-off game where a UNSC flotilla is taking on one of the Eight, or maybe even Suban, where one of the Eight is leading the invasion of the Earth system. That was explained about in the Battle for the Blood Moon Chronicle. But yeah, like I said, I think the Eight have potentials to be primary antagonists for their own little, like, books or Waypoint Chronicles or maybe even short novellas. It could happen. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright. There we go. Let's take care of the other one. Where are you? There are you. Okay. Before I move on, alright, let me move on to another question before the guys show up. Okay, with the introduction of Valyria as a female Jiralhanae chieftain, do you think we'll ever get to explore more about their biology and the role the Jiralhanae culture in the future media? If so, what would you like to see them? What would you like to see about them in the future? For those who don't know, Valyria is one of the members of the Eight. She's a Jiralhanae chieftain, and she's a female. I forget what pack she leads, but, she's actually the first ever female Jiralhanae that we ever get to encounter in Halo lore, actually. I don't think there's ever been any other piece of media where female broods have appeared, or ever even discussed. But back to the question, I would love to see Jiralhanae culture explained more via the Banished, and I would love to see how kind of like their society works, because we know a lot of like the Sangheili culture from the Arbiter and the Swords of Sanghelios and the Covenant in general. I think the Banished has a way of fleshing out Jiralhanae culture in a way that kind of akin to the Sangheili, but in their own unique manner, if that makes sense.
Get down here!
Okay. Come on. There we go. But in particular, what I would like to see for Jiralhanae, pretty much how their pack system works, like how, like, what role females have played. Like, obviously with Valyria, we know that Jiralhanae, at least in the Banished, can achieve power as a normal chieftain, but what was their role like before the raising of Doisak in particular, for example? Like, just something of that manner. Like exploring their culture in a way that we had with the Sangheili, because even though the Banished has done a great job of fleshing out the Jiralhanae as a people, we still haven't really known their much of their culture. Not in the way that we know the Sangheili.
Your presence here has given me renewed purpose.
Yes. I'm glad you're so invigorated, Esheram. No! Oh! Freaking yoink! There we go. I'm very proud of that. Alright. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yep,
We
that
should
is
keep
it.
moving.
Okay. Now that question's done, let's move on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, favorite terminals from Halo 2 Anniversary? Oh, that's an easy one. Oh, hang on.
The false god, Cortana, destroyed my world, my home. But she could not kill the fire that burns in the heart of the Banished. It made us stronger. Can you say the same?
Sorry, I couldn't. I just can't interrupt Esheram. I just love his monologues all throughout the game. But back to the question. My favorite terminals are undoubtedly the ones where the Sanshayum Scribe is pretty much fleshing out the Covenant history. First with like the Sangheili and the role of the Arbiter.
And what did he choose?
The Let Go
Same as I would.
War, the Ungoi Rebellion, that sort of thing. But my least favorite of those terminals has to be Sessa Rafumi's.
Held out against my forces for 19 days. They fought well to the end. Their fate was sealed from the start.
Don't worry, Jason. You're not as old as old Eshi there. Oh, the Sunbreakers. Okay, thank you, Corey. Thank you, Corey. The Makra Sunbreakers. That's what they are. Okay. Thank you. I know much of Covenant and Banished lore, but there's only so much this brain can bottle up. But my least favorite of the Halo 2 Anniversary terminals has to be the one with Spark and Sessa Rafume, because it doesn't really explain much more about the history of the Covenant or the Arbiters. It's just kind of like already telling us already what the other terminals have already stated. But yeah.
Is the ammunition I need
Yes.
to dismantle your spirit. Prepare yourself for the end.
Lovestone. He loves the sound of his own voice, I swear. Okay. Rising Fire asks, favorite Easter egg from the Halo games? Oh, that's easy. It has to be the red versus blue. The red versus blue Easter egg from Crow's Nest, where numerous red versus blue characters knock on the door, asking to be let in by other red versus blue characters. Is it Crow's Nest? I think it is Crow's Nest. The level. Ah, there we go. But I think there's another honorable mention of Easter eggs. I like the whole every time they mention Shadows of Reach from Halo Infinite. That's an Easter egg, I would say, in some sense. And also the mention of the Ark from Halo Wars 2 in this game. I think it's the one where Eshram is pretty much monologuing one of his journal entries, I think it was. Oh, come on. Alright. Oh, it's gonna be this is where the red and blue hunters show up, I think. Uh-oh. You guys. Oh, back off. Back off. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Back off. Back off. Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, I panicked. That was very poorly handled on my part. Okay. Okay. I will move on to the next question in a bit while I take care of some of these Banished dudes. We have bouncers and regular ultras. And these female skirmishers. And for those who don't know, no, they're not Tabawans from Halo Reach. They're regular jackals, just female ones. Skirmisher is not a nickname for the Tabawans. Well, it's common. It's a common nickname for the Tabawans, but the title itself is a Kigyar title. All right.
Another test awaits you.
Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Right. Rising Fire asks, what elements do you constantly dislike from the Halo games? Oh, what's one thing that I constantly dislike from the games? Oh, that is a very, very good question. Honestly, the one thing I really don't care for myself is the overheat function for some UNSC turrets and the Covenant turrets, especially the Covenant turrets in this game, because the overheat is just abysmal. I don't know. I kind of like the never-ending turret spree, if you get my meaning. Whoa. Oh, hang on. Oh, they're the Red Hunters, the Ardent Hunters, I think they're called. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna move. Oh boy. Oh. Moving. Running like a bitch. Oh, jeez. Nope. Okay. Now I'm definitely running like a bitch. Run like a bitch. Oh. No, you're not. You're not doing this the cool way. Oh, boy. Yep, they are Ardent Hunters. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. Yeah, that's right. I'm taking the high ground. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do this the bitch way. Oh, boy. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm gonna have to run. I'm running like a pussy. Oh, no, indeed, Jason. Oh, no, indeed.
Work together.
Okay. Oh, wait, get off the turret. Alright. Come on! There we go. Took care of one of them. Oh, no. Oh, no. I pissed off his spawn brother. Oh, no. Get away. Get away. There we go. Oof. Oh, the hard part's done. Okay. Now it's time to mop up the rest. Alright. There we go. Whew. Well, that worked out well. Okay.
We did it. Well, you did.
Okay, moving on to another question from Rising Fire, which is a follow-up question, is what elements do you constantly like across all the Halo games? This one's going to be extremely minor, but the fact that they're naming the aliens in Halo by their proper names rather than the nicknames that the UNSC gave them. Like, for example, Sangheili, Jiralhanae, Ungoi, Kigyar, you know, that kind of thing. And I kind of like the, that they're adding more of a realistic aesthetic towards the UNSC gear, like this assault rifle here. The ones that popped up in Halo Reach. Honestly, it's my favorite version.
Repeating forever.
Uh-huh.
Is it a symbol of life?
Uh-huh.
Or a cruel joke by the Forerunners?
Cool story, Wheezy G. Or Wheezy E. Ah, I like that name. Wheezy E. Okay, moving on. Oh, let me just pause here. Yeah, I would say the one thing I like is, like, the fact that the Sangheili are being named by their proper designation rather than elites or for Jiralhanae brutes and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, it's kind of the whole niche thing that I kind of like. Alright.
You were there when they struck the Infinity. The first dreadnought came from the side. In the chaos that followed, you hardly had time to notice the other three bear down upon you. Do you know how long it took us to neutralize your greatest ship? 4 minutes! In 4 minutes, the Infinity, mankind's finest achievement, became a memory.
For those who don't know, that is an exaggeration, as Cannon Fodder actually established. Many people actually thought that was kind of bullshit, the fact that the Infinity went down that quickly. I didn't believe that for a second, the fact that it took them only 4 minutes to take down the Infinity, which is probably just an exaggeration, which, according to Cannon Fodder, it most certainly was. Okay. Moving on to another question from, I don't know, Corey. I don't think the Infinity was destroyed. I think it's missing, heavily damaged, yes. Destroyed, I don't think so. I think it's somewhere out there, like it's missing, but they wouldn't just, like, off-kill it like that. Not like Juundama. I don't think they would go that far. Hopefully. Okay, moving on to Rising Fire. He asked, did you ever get the chance to play as the Covenant in Halo Wars? If so, what were your thoughts on their gameplay? I really liked it. My favorite leader has to be the Arbiter. I would say, yeah, the Arbiter was my favorite leader. I honestly love playing, employing the Honor Guards, and oh my god, Regret's glassing beam effect. That was very fun to use, especially against large armies. It felt like I was actually glassing a planet. Yeah. All right.
I miss you.
And I love you.
I love you, Daddy. So
This is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. Alpha Delta, if you want to ask the questions, you can find them in the Discord server. It's in the description box below. Just join up and submit your questions in the Q&A submission page in the community tab of Discord. Okay. Oh! Chase! Come on! Oh, you... And for those who don't know, Jiralhanae actually is the first ever Silent Shadow we ever fought in the games. Because, for those who don't know, Jaga was one of the Silent Shadow that was in the Headhunters Evolutions motion comic thing. He was one of those Silent Shadow that got blew up in at the end of that motion comic. But as you can see, he survived and got some cybernetics along the way. And there he is! Oh! Come on! I will take your blood blade. The fact that his body disappeared... The fact that his body disappeared like that makes me think that he's gonna come back. I'm almost 100% certain that he's gonna show up in some sequel to Infinite, if we ever get one. Alright. Moving on to Field Marshal Broevik. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, man. I'm so sorry if not. Does your character, Nikai, have any human friends? I don't think so. I think at the moment Nikai is pretty much trying to hold his keep together in the wake of the Great Schism and the Blooding Years.
Whatever the outcome,
Oh, hang on.
know this.
Uh-huh.
The Banished control this ring.
Uh-huh.
We came for war. 1,000 legions occupy this world. The Auditorium will give up its secrets. Your interference is just
What's that?
an irritation,
Oh.
fleeting.
Uh-huh. Good story, bro. Okay, sorry. But back to the question. I would say, Nakai is pretty much more focused on his own keep and clan at the moment, so I don't think he's had many human friends at the moment. And even if he tried to make friends from humans, it would be remembered that he helped kill a whole bunch of them during the war, so I don't think there are much humans in line to be buddies with Nikai at this point, along with most other Sangheili, frankly.
We need to get him out of that thing.
In a moment, I want to bask in Atriox's glowing presence here. Look at that glowing presence. Alright. Oh, look, the Atriox on my tool. Grow! Alright. Before we face off against Atriox's Descalo, let me answer another question from Rising Fire. And he asked, what is the most controversial take you've ever heard in regards to Halo? Honestly, most controversial. The most controversial. I've heard plenty. I would say the fact that, honestly, the most controversial take is kind of mine, where Halo 3's campaign was okay, not great, but okay. It was good as a concluding story to the entire original arc of Halo, but as in terms of an actual narrative standpoint, it kind of didn't really amount up to what Halo 2 had. The fact that Cortana's solution was pretty much to activate another Halo ring without firing the other Halo rings was kind of like a mediocre, was kind of a letdown in my opinion. And I think other controversial takes I've heard is probably Halo 4 being good. Like, I don't mind Halo 4, but it's not something I would go out of my way to playing myself. Alright. Come on, Eshram!
And all the humans will burn.
Come on! Let's go! Uh-oh. Alright. So, yeah. Oh boy, I'm staying clear away from him. Oh boy.
Any damage you inflict on Escharum is transferred to Echo 216.
Yeah, I would say Halo 4.
Transmitted via a
I mean, I
series of
don't mind
relays
Halo
around the
4,
room.
but like I
Let's
said,
see
it's
if I
not a
can-
game I would go out of my way of
Got it.
playing again
Relays
like it would
exposed.
with
Destroy it.
Infinite or Halo 4 or Halo 2. Alright. Come on. There we go.
Relays down. There's a shield.
Come on. There we go. Moving.
Escharum shield reactivated.
Okay.
Expose the relay.
Got it. Go.
Jump. Oh! Get away from me.
Shield's down. Now's your chance.
I'm gonna grenade spam the shit out of you. Come on. Okay, I'm moving. Moving with a purpose. Alright. I will get on to the next question in a minute. I just gotta move like a bitch. Come on. Come on. Don't you. Come on. There we go.
And it's down. You know what to do.
Alright. Oh, here comes the shield again. Okay. Alright. Let me see if I can answer another question. Another question from Rising Fire. If you could, hypothetically, meet Spartan Olympia Vale in person, what would you say to her? Good question. I would say, if I could ask her anything, I would say, what have you learned about St. Healy culture in your time on Kali Malthka? The whole world of, Arkad Narkul. Okay, he's got the measure of hope. Okay, I'm gonna run. Run like a bitch.
Escharum wants you to prove your legend.
Okay.
Time to prove it.
Alright. Running. Can you find a better weapon? on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Now you die.
Come on! Ah! Come on. Oh, I'm running. Where the heck is the crap can? Why did I say it? Here we go. Face this! Come on, come on! Eat it! Eat it, you bitch!
Show me what you can do.
Taste the bloodblade! Yeah! Eat it! You eat it! Mmm!
He did it. Help me get him out.
Mmm! Taste it! Yeah! Bitch. Alright. Oh! Is there any power-up, things I can charge this thing up with? Probably not. Nope. Don't worry, Esparza, I'll come and get you for a minute. I just gotta find a way of charging up this thing. Anything here? Oh! Oh no, it's hard light. Boo. Okay. Alright, before I move on to, helping out this fool, Rika Kavasum asks, besides FPS or RTS games, what kind of Halo spin-off game would you like to see? Ooh. Oh, that is a very good question. What kind of spin-off would you like to see? Besides FPS or RTS? I honestly don't know. Honestly, I would say the only kind of spin-off games I would very much like to see is kind of like an Arbiter spin-off third-person game, where you play, basically where you play as like Velvedom or one of his companions throughout the Bloody Years, where we experience Velvedom begin a transition from the warrior that we saw in Halo 2 and 3, transition to the leader of his entire race. Kind of like determining the difference between fighting a war and leading your people. Kind of in that kind of sense. Like I said, I'm sorry guys if my mouth is non-functional at this point. Alright, let's bring out this complainer. But yeah.
Okay.
I would say Bloody Years kind of spin-off game. Kind of in third person, because it would be kind of neat to see a Gears of War styled Halo game. That'd be rather neat. Alright, let's skip that. Why not? Let's play the next game, because we pretty much mopped the floor with all the rest of the Hand of Atriox. Might as well do the rest with their buddies and the Harbinger.
You sure you're okay down there?
Alright.
Want me to wait?
Negative.
Oh, there's a Sangheili.
We'll be in touch.
That's an Avocati.
You got it. I'll be waiting.
Oh, and fun fact for you guys.
Not to die. You hear me?
Remember Chuck Locke from the tower? He is actually the reason why there's a whole bunch of, he's the reason why there's a whole bunch of, Ultras in the Banished. He brought a whole bunch of them when he joined up. Alright. Charge! Oh, you want to do sword? Let's go! Slash! Nope. Oh, that was terrible. Come on. There we go. Let me just charge up. There. Okay. I'll just cower behind here. Okay. we go. Alright. Rising Fire asks, what is the most underrated Halo game in your opinion? Ooh, the most underrated. I would say, honestly, Halo Wars 2. The fact that it hasn't even gotten a Steam, that's not made Steam access is kind of criminal, honestly. I really like the whole structure of the game. I love the whole its introduction of the Banished, and I really like the overall story of the game, honestly. Though it kind of ended kind of abruptly, I did love Awakening the Nightmare. That was a very, very, very good DLC. We have a bunch of questions from Screen Commander Cam Alamai, aka Cult. But before I go over them, I'm on the floor with the rest of the Banished here. Oh, you. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. Whoever's hiding in the corner, come on, show yourself. There. God, I love the mules. Alright. So. Alright. I'm just gonna mop the floor with the rest of these guys. Here we go. Oh, speaking of the devil, here's Colt in chat. Alright, now that we clear these guys out, I'm just going to scroll on down and answer a whole buttload of them. This is going to take a while, as Colt liked to say. Okay. Colt asks, how are you doing today? Doing well. A little tired. Brain's a little, on the fritz at the moment, but otherwise, I'm doing well. His other question asks, have you had water today? I have not at present, but I will in a bit. His other question is... His other question is, how would you have oh my god. How would you have written Selenion in the latest book he appeared in? If I were to rewrite Selenion's arc in Empty Throne, I would at least give him some POV chapters to kind of like to get the mindset of why he joined up with the Order of Restoration and what his aspirations were for a reformed covenant. A restored covenant, not a reformed one. Like, what his mindset was when he was with the Jewel Damas Covenant. Like, overall, just, like, I would like to get into Selenion's head a bit before Severin killed him off in a very, kind of like in a, it wasn't as bad as Jewel's death, but kind of like in a more meaningful, death, in a way. But yeah. Okay, do you think there will be similar stories in the future as Halo Empty Throne? What would you like to see? I think there's a possibility that can happen. If there were to be more similar stories like that, I would probably say it would have to have been, like, kind of more post-Halo Infinite, kind of like showing, like perspectives, like, in the Banished following Escherum's death, like, and kind of like what happened to Atriox after the auditorium got blown up, how he survived, that kind of thing. And I would pretty much like to see, like, the whole,
What's the plan?
like, how the Banished is recovering from all those events. Oh, speak of the devil.
UNSC is gone.
Atriox, how did you...
It's time to discuss the terms of your surrender.
Oh, fun fact for you all. The guy who voiced Atriox here also voiced Spartan Locke in Halo 5. And also he voiced Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat... Mortal Kombat 12 and MK1. Alright, moving on to another question from Colt. He asked, how would Nakai react if he saw a dragon or a wyvern? He would probably be astounded by the presence of a creature like that. And he might try and actually battle one and try and defeat it. Knowing that Sangheili were proud warriors, he would probably want to mount at least mount and fly one, or kill it, probably. Oh boy, okay, I'm gonna have to move on. Okay, I'm gonna have to run. Okay. Uh-oh. Die! Okay, I'm panicking. I am panicking like a bitch. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, I'm gonna have to run. Oh, come on! Oh, jeez, I am struggling with these things. Jesus, they're like sponges. They are bullet sponges. My god. Okay, I'm gonna have to run like a massive bitch. Okay. Uh-oh, I pissed off his butt. Okay, running. Uh-oh, where is he? Oh, there he is! Oh, come on. Piss off! Okay. Where are you? There you are. Come on! Oh, just die already. Okay, running like a massive bitch. Alright. Diminish your hope time. Smack! There we go. Whew, sorry about that. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. If you had to endure my abysmal attempt to kill that thing. Okay. Moving on to another question from Colt, who is no doubt laughing his butt off right now. Okay, what would... Oh, wait, no. We know that you love Halo and Game of Thrones. Is there any other franchise that you're a fan of? I would say there's a few. I like, Gears of War. I like,
Are you okay?
I like Dishonored. I like, what?
Not really.
I bet.
I know there's
I was
others.
expecting you, but Atriox got to her first.
I did like Marvel
so much
until
to each
the last
other.
couple of years.
It can't be easy.
Oh man. I like Aliens and Predators. I like that franchise. I know there's others, but at the moment I'm kind of... Oh, I also like the Spider-Man, games that have recently came out.
Look around, good.
Oh!
This place will become
Your empire
This place will become
your
Oh, hey! There's Atriox again.
ended at the hands of those who made you.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Assert your dominance, buddy. Avenge Doisak.
Such arrogance.
I'm not really much of a fan of Doom, Jason. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's kind of not my
John, the
shtick, if
Master
you get my
Chief
meaning.
will stop you.
He didn't stop me when I crushed his skull.
Yep, we got our asses whooped by him.
If I understood the concept.
Hope we face him again next time.
And what did I say?
You said yes.
And then I asked you the same question. Reflect on your choices, Cortana. Understand the consequences.
Yep. Justice for Doisak, you little bitch. Alright. Okay. But yeah, that's the extent of which I'm a fan of. I know there's others, but I can't for the life of me remember them. Yeah. Moving on to another question from Spring Commander. He asked, are there any Let Go colonies serving under the Arbiter's forces? I do believe that there are a few colonies serving under the Swords of St. Helios at the moment. We know that there were a few that were serving the Cubby Separatists during the events of the Great Schism from Halo 2. Aside from... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. But aside from that, I don't think we've ever seen Sword of St. Helios hunters at the moment. Not officially, at least. Oh, hang on. I'll get to your questions in a minute, guys. I just gotta take care of some of these guys. Alright, where's the sword? There we are. Oh, okay, running. Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, now that we gotta take care of that, I will answer some more questions. Right, where are we? Do you think if it's possible for the Sword of St. Helios mount... Do you think if... Okay, hang on. Do you think if it's possible for the Swords of St. Helios mount human weapons to scarabs, such as large railguns, like at the end of Reach? I don't know. I'm not, like... Thus far, we've only seen the Sword of St. Helios only incorporating their own weapons on UNSC vehicles. I'm not sure if they would do the reverse for their own vehicles, because honestly, for the Sword of St. Helios, I think human weaponry is kind of more primitive to their own, but I think they could implement railguns to, like, larger vehicles like scarabs, or maybe even liches. Though it's not impossible for that being a possibility. Oh, hang on. Oh. Hang on. Well, that gun served its purpose.
Get out of my sight.
Where the heck is that old truck? Oh, there he is! You're mine! There we go. Alright. Got that. I'm saving Diminisher of Hope for the Harbinger. Alright. Moving on. Would you like to see stories more often with the UNSC and the elites adventuring together in space? What sort of stories would this bring forth? mind seeing joint UNSC Swords and Helios operations in space. Kind of like what we saw in the Anvil Initiative Chronicle, because we know that they're assembling a force to help out NISA, which is actually the site of the Sergeant Avery Johnson Academy, the one that's getting taken over by Iratus at the moment. Oh, jeez! Freaking sneaky little sentinel there. Alright. It would be nice to see the UNSC and the Swords joining operations against, like, say, Banished fleets, or potentially going up against created remnant cells, and pretty much showing, like, how far the UNSC and the Swords have come, while also showing that they still have a ways to go, like the prejudices and all the kind of unresolved issues since the war. It would honestly, I think, it would be a good way of showing more of a camaraderie between them, while also dealing with cultural differences. Kind of like what we saw with the Federation and the Klingon Empire after the events of Undiscovered Country. Like, kind of in that kind of sense, if that makes sense.
I've learned so
Oh.
much, Cortana.
Oh, have you now?
This ring is different.
Yeah, it's one of the originals.
Within that I will have. This silent auditorium. Do you know its history?
Nah, bruh.
Its true purpose?
Yup. I do not know any
I
of
have
this.
little need for a failed god. This ring is all I need. Surrender it to me.
Yeah, puff up your chest, buddy. Alright. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, here we go. How has Nikai react to the attack? How has Nikai react to the attack wait. How has Nikai reacted to the attack by the Banished? How can he fight them? I'm assuming you're referring to the whole, Banished invasion of Suban. If so, I would say Nikai would probably fight them in kind of unconventional terms.
The memories.
Or,
The data.
I'm not entirely sure,
precise.
honestly.
More complete.
Nikai's
It's
a
like,
by-the-book soldier, so I don't think
where she
he would
died.
do
yes,
guerrilla warfare. I think
But
he
I was
would
going
try
to
to fight
say
the Banished
deliberate.
head-on.
like she wanted us to know something.
But be more clever about it, if that makes sense. Like striking at their most important outposts, like kind of like a blitzkrieg attack, kind of like a thing, if that makes sense. Oh, hey, it's a different kind of guardian.
He's coming for the Harbinger.
You damn right I am. Alright. Oh, that was terrible. But in terms of how he reacted to the Banished occupation of Suban, I think he would be outraged, because, and for those who don't know, Nakai now follows the ancient ways of Urs, Fide, and Jori. And for those who don't know, that planet has a temple that pretty much honors the old gods, and I think Nakai would have saw that as like a sacrilege in sense, in a way. I mean. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on, die. There we go. Alright, let's try and take care of the rest. Oh, jeez, where'd you come from? these guys. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez, up Berserker. Oh, another one. Die. There. Sneaky little bitch. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, skirmisher. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. Alright. Moving on to another question. Did the elites or any other Covenant members dabbled in creating advanced AI constructs? I don't think so. I think the only faction that's ever dabbled in AI works is actually the Banished. But I don't think, any Covenant members have ever really dabbled in AI tech, because obviously the Logic Plague and all that, which made the Covenant pretty much shun the use of AIs. Those that we know, the only Covenant AIs we know of was the AI from the Truth and Reconciliation from Halo C's anniversary terminals, and that one was more of a dumb AI by comparison. But I'm not sure if that AI was made by Sangheili or any other race other than the Sanshayu, because honestly, the Sanshayu would probably be the only ones responsible for creating AIs. Because in the Covenant, they were chiefly in charge of all scientific areas within the Empire. So I don't think any other race would dabble in that kind of thing. Ooh, sorry about that. Kind of lost my breath there for a minute. Alright, let's scroll down and answer some more questions, shall we? Alright. Here we are. Okay. How did that one Kikyar sniper end up working with the Sword of Sangheili in the short story where about the attack on the Blood Moon? Do you have any theories? Well, simply that Kikyar you're referring to, I forget his name. He's pretty much a mercenary. So honestly, it's not really that big of a surprise. There's not really much to dabble about. The Swords probably just hired him as a merc. So, yeah. Not really much to dabble in. He was part of the, I forget the name of the elite sniper corps in the Covenant. The god-awful snipers from Halo 2. I forget what they're called. It's this guy.
My earlier efforts to delete you were misguided. I thought she wanted to rebuild this installation, to restore it. But I was wrong. Wrong. Oh, please hurry.
Damn right you were wrong, you dumb bitch.
But they must not be released.
Then why'd you help her out in the first place, you dumb bitch?
Close the seal.
You knew she was part of one of the Endless, and you knew that they had to be contained, so why'd you help her in the beginning, you dumbass?
Starting.
Ay. Alright. Yeah, like after the Covenant fell, he pretty much, that Kikyar sniper, he pretty much became a mercenary, and the Swords probably just hired him out and to help him out.
I owe all the happiness of my life to you.
Oh, that's nice, Cortana. Alright, moving on to another one. Do you want the curved blade? Yeah, I want a curved blade. I have a bunch of Sangheili swords, as you can see from the background here, but I don't have a curved blade. I would very much like to have one of those.
Your great plan ended at the hands of those who made you.
Ominous. Okay. Moving on to another question. What is your favorite vestige ship from the elites? mine would have to be the Blockade Runner. For those who don't know, the Vestige line are pretty much the St. Hilly ships that we see in Halo 5.
The consequences.
Ah, Danks, that's his name. But back to the question. The Vestiges are pretty much the St. Hilly ships that we saw in Halo 5. But yeah, honestly, I would agree that the Blockade Runner is my favorite.
A weapon pointed into the universe.
Honestly, the second favorite that I like has to be the Brigantines. Those big boys that are, I think they're bigger than even assault carriers, actually.
There's a moment. John will make it work. He needs help. Of course.
And this, for those who don't know, Cortana's come to this realization after she had a little chit-chat with the Didact in the domain.
Nothing else matters. This has got to work.
So pretty much the
He can't
Chief's
do it.
greatest enemy helped
He needs
Cortana help.
her.
Yeah. So Chief's oh my god. So Chief's greatest enemy pretty much helped Cortana realize that that she was doing the wrong thing.
If anybody could have saved me, it would have been you.
Okay.
Everything is
Moving on. Do you think Mergvol was wasted as a character? How would you have handled this character if you were in charge? For those who don't know, Mergvol was the leader of his own Covenant faction after the war ended, and he was the main villain of the mobile game Halo, I think it was Spartan Strike or Spartan Assault. I can't remember the top of my head. But he was the main antagonist of that, and he's actually the brother of Parkvol, one of the bosses that we fight in Spartan Ops. But back to the question. Yeah, I think he was kind of wasted as a character. If I was in charge of Halo, I would kind of want to expand his lore even more, kind of showing him how he came to have such a powerful Covenant force, how he learned about the weapon from that one human planet that I forget about. Jiralhanae 5, I think it's called. I would very much like to know what led him to, and more importantly, I would like to know how he came to, got Jiralhanae help during that battle.
Cortana
Sacrificed
So,
herself.
yeah. Pretty much in short, I would pretty much flesh her character out. His character out, I mean. To give him some engagement. Oh, here we go.
What is she doing?
She's trying to open a connection between here and somewhere else on the ring.
Where?
You deal with her and I'll find out.
I think she's actually reaching out to Atriox, actually. Alright. Oh, come on.
There's more than a show.
Okay, there we go.
There, I've intercepted the carrier wave from this transmitter.
You are but an obstacle, and you will be dismantled.
Jeez. Okay.
I am right here.
Oh, shit. Okay, I ran out of ammo. Okay. Oh! Fucking... Oh, come on. Enough of this.
Where the Master Chief dies.
Oh, come on!
Get it off me!
There we go. Yes, the usual maniacal laughter. Typical. Okay. Right, let's see what we can
She switched
find
transmitters,
here.
rerouting the power through that one.
Oh, I'm gonna grab this,
This
actually.
isn't good. The connection is sentient. It's searching for something.
I think that's actually, I think that might be offensive bias, actually. Oh, jeez. Alright. Okay, moving on to next question while I have the chance. Colt asked, where is Nakai's ORS heavy cruiser? What happened to it, and what is it called? Actually, Nakai's cruiser, the Swift Punishment, is actually still in Nakai's control. It's actually been renamed as Earth's Judgment.
Okay, next one's down.
It's still, oh, jeez. Okay, I'm waiting.
Do you still think I fear you?
You should, bitch. Oh!
I have not seen you earn your reputation yet.
Oh. Alright. I'm hiding. Come on, keep teleporting, you freaking little Promethean bitch. Even though she's not Promethean, I know that. Oh!
You are strong.
Alright. Now, while we wait for that, yeah, like I said, Nakai's cruiser is still under his command at the moment. And it's still out there, and it's still under his control.
What?
No idea, but I doubt it's good.
Alright.
Wait, there's something else here. Something's helping me.
That is definitely offensive bias. I know that for a fact. Alright. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, that's horror! That's Horatius. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm running like a bitch. Running like a massive bitch. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Corey, actually, in Halo, and the post-cred scene of Halo Infinite after Legendary, the Grand Edict told, the Monitor of Zeta Halo that offensive bias would be helping her out, contain the Endless. So I think it stands to reason that offensive bias is actually on Zeta Halo in some unknown area. Oh jeez. Freaking get away. Okay, that's it. Diminish your hope time. Yeah, suck it. Yes, you are. There we go. Oh, come on, die already. There we go. Alright. Alright.
There. Last one's down.
Alright.
Resistance ends now.
Okay, moving on. Alright. Finish! There we go. Now we got that taken care of. Finish that off. Okay. Yes, I'm just gonna skip all that. Skip all that. Alright. Okay, now let's move on to another question from, Colt. In Halo MCC, what is your favorite energy sword color to have? Oh, that's easy. It's the, Dark Star variant, where we have the, purple version of the energy, sword.
Awaiting orders, Chief.
And funny enough, Dark Star is actually the nickname of Fide, the Sangheili god that roams the halls of eternity, aka the Sangheili underworld. Alright, let's see what we can do here. No. Actually, hang on, let me see. Right. Show missions. Here we go. No, I don't want to take over any stupid. Let's go after Thav, shall we? Alright. Moving on to another question. Could a larger Needler shard be used in anti-air purposes? If the smaller ones can track, then why not bigger ones? I'm not entirely sure, honestly. In theory, I think they could be used as anti-aircraft. We've seen
He's got a lot
we've
of
seen
blood on
vampires use
Time for
needle
some
shards for aerial purposes, so it could stand to reason that they could be used for anti-aircraft or something like that. Kind of like how plasma is used, in theory at least. Alright. Okay, moving on to another question from Colt. He asked, how much can Kaiden's armor differ? What sort of things affect on how it looks? Well, in Halo Outcast, it's noted that Singularly Kaiden's armors usually have a gold color to them, so I would say the most common thing that Singularly Kaiden has in their armor is pretty much the color pretty much being gold. And honestly, I think it can differ in many other ways, kind of like how armor can be used for medieval lords or kings and stuff like that in comparison. But aside from that, I think it can honestly differ in many ways. But for Banished leaders, like say for example Thav here, who he himself is a Kaiden, he's wearing obviously maroon armor, and he's wearing a ultra armor. So honestly, I think it can just Kaiden's armor can just vary on really just the Kaiden itself.
Hostile reinforcements inbound.
Alright. Hang on. There we go. Okay, if we ever got a RPG game for Halo, who would you want to see appear in? Personally, I would love to see Pelisar or any other pre-Covenant character. Yeah, honestly, same. I would very much like to see a kind of like a War Beginnings kind of FPS game. Kind of showing off how the Covenant came to existence. It'll be a neat way of introducing, like, some characters that we know in, like, a broader scope of the Halo lore. Like I said, Pelisar, Breaking Shadow, some of the Sanshayum leaders, that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, in the Yori Fraction story, it hints that George survived and was transported to that universe. Is it possible that Ro Barutami survived and is now in the Samurai universe? Or in the Samurai Covenant? I wouldn't really take those Fracture stories much to heart, Colt. Because in one of those, the Covenant is pretty much a mutated race of aliens, I think they're called, and they're fighting off against World War II style Spartans. So, like I said, I don't think there's really much of a multiverse for Halo, honestly. So I don't think Ro. I think it's possible that Ro did survive the events of Reach, but I don't think he was transported to another universe.
Nobody left between you and the target, Chief.
Alright.
Let's finish this.
Let's take care of that, and we'll hunt down some of the remaining Blood Stars while we're at it. Hang on, I'm just gonna try and take...
waiting for a challenge like this?
There we go. Alright.
Severine's
Let's-
death won't bring back all the civilians he killed.
Let's see if we
but
can
he'll
find
never
some
take
more.
another human life again.
Let's go after
He got
Balkrish,
what he
shall we?
deserved. Good work, Chief.
Oh, nope, that won't do. Hang on. Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. There we go. Replay mission. There we go. Okay, while that's going on, I'm just going to scroll on down for more questions. Alright. Does the Arbiter have any former Silent Shadow members serving under the Swords of St. Helios? If so, how and who are they?
We're in range of
The
Captain
only
Valkyrie, a high-ranking brood
Silent
officer.
Shadow that I know has
How about
joined
we
up
ruin his
with
day?
the swords at the moment is one of the members of the Sanctum of the Defenders of the Sanctum from Halo Outcast. I forget his name. He's a Blade Master that kind of got a little obese from like spending almost 30 years in being marooned on a desolate planet, and pretty much why he joined who is, and he pretty much defected to the swords because he pretty much wanted a way off planet and return to St. Helios. Oh jeez, I'm being ambushed. Oh, this was not a smart idea. Okay, I'm running. Yeah, pretty much he was part of the Silent Shadow,
a high-ranking brood officer. How
he
about
was
we
originally
ruin his
part
day?
of the Covenant force meant to destroy Nizak Kamarosi, a renegade St. Healy fleet master that pretty much stole from the prophets. But when they got marooned on the planet, he pretty much reluctantly joined up with Kamarosi and his band of mutineers. But when the Arbiter showed up 30 years later, he saw a way of getting off that planet and joining up with the swords. So that, at the moment, that is the only sword. That's the only Silent Shadow that I know of that has joined up with the sword at the moment. Oh, get him! Ooh, hang on. There we go. What's it? There we go. Uh-oh, okay, I'm running. Getting out.
That takes care of the entourage. Now for the...
Oh! What? How? How did I die there? Oh my god. Alright. Okay, moving on to another question. What is your opinion on the designs of the new banished ships that appeared, the new banished ship that appeared in Empty Throne? I personally love the blend of human and brute designs in the element. Oh, I think you're of course referring to the banished flagship known as the Heart of Malice. That is under the command of Severin, the de facto leader of the Banished in Atriox and Escherum's place. Actually, we do have recently we've got a cannon fire that showed off the Heart of Malice in a cannon
Picking
fire
up
arc.
reinforcements coming our way.
And yeah, honestly, I really like the ship. It differs from like the Dreadnoughts, because I know it's like in lore it's a bit smaller than a Dreadnought, but it doesn't have the markings that the Dreadnoughts usually have. Oh, jeez. Oh. Hey. There we go. Oh, that didn't kill him.
That accounts for all the crew.
Oh, what? How'd that not splatter him?
Go get him.
There we go. Yeah, the Heart of Malice is pretty much a brand new Banished ship that
I bet the rest of the brass are
pretty much
terrified
mopped the
of you.
floor with the
And
UNSC
if not,
all
they
throughout
sure
the
should.
events of Empty Throne. But back to what I was saying. Honestly, I really like the ship in terms of design-wise. That it doesn't have the usual crimson markings that normal Banished ships do, like the Carves and the Dreadnoughts and stuff like that. But kind of having its own thing going about it. And yeah, it pretty much looks like a shark. And what else? Yeah, it's just a altogether unique Banished ship, and I hope we see more in the future. Yeah. Alright, moving on to another question. Do you think we'll get any Halo game announced this year? Honestly, I don't think so. I would love to, but the odds of it is kind of low at the moment. We only got a recent announcement from the last Halo World's Championship last year, and that was only just to show off some gameplay visuals and stuff like that, so I doubt we'll get anything for at least another year. Moving on to another question. Where is Baltol Zealous now? What is he up to? For those who don't know, Baltol Zealous is the leader of the Usans of the Refuge. And as far as I know, Colt, he's still on the Refuge, leading the Usans at the moment. To the best of my knowledge, he's still there, and I think he still has an agreement with the Arbiter, pretty much that allows Usans to go to St. Helios. Arkadnar Khalul was actually in charge of that effort until Cortana rose up and became a dictator. Oh, hang on. But yeah, as far as I know, Colt, he's still leading the Usans at the moment. Okay, I'm running. This is for Uze's dead! Oh, okay. Made a mistake. Made a big mistake. Oh, more crows on my tail. Oh, okay, I'm hiding. Hiding like a bitch. Don't come after me, Orcro. Okay. Hammer time! Okay. Moving on to another question. Have the Usans stayed in their colony and have others have the Usans stayed in their colony and have other elites gone there to help them? Yeah, I would say there are still Usans living in the Refuge at the moment, and honestly, I'd be surprised if there weren't any St. Healy outside St. Healy helping them out at the moment. It'd be honestly, I think the Arbiter would have probably extended technological and medical aid to the Usans. It would make sense. But yeah, but back to the question, I do think that there are Usans still living in the Refuge, and I think there's a good chance that there are Usans, there are Swords St. Helios helping them out at the moment. Justice! Justice has been served at last, you bitch!
Get the crew.
Alright. Alright, before I take care of these guys, are there any possible candidates in St. Oh. Cryptid. Okay, are there any possible cryptids in St. Healy culture that would be comparable to our Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, etc.? I think the only creature I think is comparable to those kind of creatures, I would say, would be the Rapicrete. They were a legend in St. Healy culture. until they were actually seen as real in Onyx, as told in the Legacy of Onyx book. And I think there are other creatures as well. I think there were some sea serpents and sand creatures that the Sahili demigod hero Kel Darsam killed before he went off to try and free his uncle from the rival Sea Lord. But I can't remember them at the top of my head at the moment. Alright. Now that's taken... Oh. Is Hana taken care of? Oh, there's a couple others. Couple stragglers. There we go. Let's see. Who else can we hunt down?
If Vagadoon's dossier is any indication, you just did humanity a big favor. Good work, Chief.
Right. No. Nope. That's not what I want. Ah, here we are. Ordo Mal. Let's go after him. Okay. Moving on to another question. What is the most tragic story that you have ever read in Halo? How did it make you feel? The most tragic, honestly, would be Val Chavamy's story from the duel. The fact that he lost his wife simply because he refused to accept the Covenant's rule was honestly the most tragic. The fact that he found his wife bloodied and dead in his own keep was honestly the most heartbreaking part about it, honestly. It honestly made me feel more for Val than, for example, Cortana's death in Halo 4. But yeah, I would say Val Chavamy's death or Val Chavamy's story in Halo. In the duel was probably the most tragic. Oh, freaking. Charge! Oh, come on, die already! Haha, my wraith now, bitch. Oh, these freaking... Hang on, I'll answer more questions. I gotta take care of these snipers. Alright, Ordo. Bye-bye.
HVT eliminated.
All right.
Now take out the rest of the squad.
Alright. The second to last question from Colt is, do we have any updates on what's happening to Moram Keep? Are they still active? As far as we know, Mordom Keep is still around. And they're still doing their own thing on Malvarok at the moment. I do believe that actually Morom's holdings are still kind of in dispute after Ribbon Morby's death. Oh, jeez. And I do think also that Malvarok was still was kind of forced into peace because of Cortana, and I think that after the Create's downfall, that peace is still relatively intact at the moment. So I think maybe the whole Created situation has pretty much brought peace to Moram at the moment. But yeah. And the last question from Colt after all these ones is, Does Nakai
He was
have
one of
any
Eshelm's
pets?
most trusted lieutenants. The Banished
No.
took a big
I
loss
don't, no,
today.
he does not have any pets at the moment. Sad to say. No, I already went after him. Yeah, let's go after a little grunt. Why not? Okay. Let's move on to Rising Fire. Have you ever played Middle-earth? Have you ever played the Middle-earth games, Shadows of Mordor and Shadows of War? Yes, I have. Both games were
One of the UNSC's
honestly,
most wanted, if you
honestly,
can
they
believe
were very fun to play, especially Shadows of War. It was very fun to fly the drakes like a dragon from Game of Thrones. Every time I flew those things, I was always say, Dracarys, as we burned down, like, fortresses and stuff like that. Ooh, I need the weapons. Oh, well that was pitiful. Alright. Before I move on, I'm scrolling down to answer more questions here. Okay. We got one from Core. Oh my god. Julama? Okay. Core Julama. I'm probably butchering that name, but I apologize. Do you think you could do a vehicular arsenal of the Covenant? That and maybe the ships. That's a very good question there, Core. Honestly, I would love to do vehicle stuff. The only reason why I haven't done... The only reason why I've really done, like, vehicle stuff is because, honestly, I don't know, it's... Well, that was pitiful. Yeah, I would love to do vehicle stuff. It's just that, I don't know. The big details in terms of vehicles have always been the most challenging for me to write in terms of scripts. But I have done a few ships of the Covenant and the Banished. But yeah, I'll definitely try and look into doing more of the, vehicle videos. It would honestly be... That's the whole area that I really haven't expanded more on. And I think I really should at this point. Oh, I need a new gun. These guns are crap at the moment. Alright, I think I'm probably best to thin the herd a bit before I confront Big Bad. Okay, I'm running. Run, 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 run. Oh, stupid snipers. Actually, that's a really good idea. I'm gonna go up there and take over those sniper. Here we go.
Hostile reinforcements inbound.
Hang on. Okay, Arcos asks, you know we had and have dogs as guard dogs and other roles. Would the Covenant or Banished have or had similar beasts in these roles? I don't know. I don't think the Covenant would. I think at best, the only quote-unquote guard dogs I would say the Covenant would ever use is probably Jiralhanae in that respect. But aside from that, I don't see them using, like, any beasts of burden as... That would probably be less practical. Oh, there it goes. Oh, nope, Bidbat's still alive. There we go. Oh, how is he firing at me that... Oh, okay. Charge! Uh-oh. Die.
Target elimination.
Oh, come on! Oh, that was such a bad move on my part. Oh, that was such a bad move. Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, the Banished, on the other hand, they could use like beasts like Thorn Beast or any other native creatures from Doisak as like some form of guard dog or maybe even pets. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, moving on from another question from Arcos. He asked, where are the skirmishers in Halo lore? The Tavawans, anyways. And I guess I would have to know where the Yanmei are too currently. Those two happen to be my favorite species. Also, what would you like to see in the Banished to differ from the Covenant? I would like to see them use beasts as some kind of canine species as attack dogs. Okay, that's kind of that second question I already answered a bit in the other question, but in the first question, the Tavawans, they're still active. They're just not as active in the lore as, like, say for example, the Rutians or Ibishans are. But there are Tavawans still kicking around in the outside lore. But as for the Yanmei, after the Covenant fell apart, they pretty much just went to their home and pretty much became isolationists. Honestly, they just went to their home and didn't really bother in any of the post-war era stuff. The only times we really ever saw the only times we really saw them is after. It's pretty much with Jewel and Dama's Covenant. But aside from that, they really haven't really played much of a role in the outside lore of Halo. After Halo 3, I believe it was. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's hunt down some more Bloodstars, shall we?
I think you just killed the universe's deadliest grunt. And that's one less hassle for the UNSC on this ring.
Alright, let's go after Baroth, the Arch-Kordath. Alright. Alex has a question, and his is the Hand of Atriox Tovalan Skirmisher the one from the concept art canon or not canon? Oh, you're referring to the Skirmisher Hand of Atriox concept art. As much as I would love to say it is canon, at the moment, it is not. As far as we know, concept art isn't necessarily defined as canon at the moment. So, yeah, no, it's not canon at the moment. Okay, Corey asks, will you try Halo 2 uncut? Eventually. I just haven't had the time to play it. Honestly, I've been kind of struggling. I've been kind of bouncing around with work, and I don't know if you guys have seen my recent community post, but I've also made a separate YouTube channel based on A Song of Ice and Fire, aka the Game of Thrones universe. So, I have my hands full at the moment. But, yeah, eventually, I think I'll play the uncut, as like some form of, the live stream, Q&A sessions, probably. Alright, right. I'm just gonna back off a bit while I scroll down and answer some more questions. Alright. Okay. I think after these questions here, I have a couple more, and I think with that I will end things off because it's been like 2 hours now, and I'm getting very tired and very hungry at the moment. Alright, Manfred W. asks, do you miss when the assault rifles had 60 round mags? I haven't really noticed the difference, really. I haven't really paid much attention to the 60 to whatever the heck the rounds are now.
Target down. Get after the crew.
So, honestly, I don't really have much of an opinion, honestly, Manfred. Ooh, a Banshee. I'm gonna grab that. Okay. Oh, 32 or 36. Yeah, that's cutting it by half. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have much of an opinion on mag, loadouts or mag rounds and stuff like that. So, sorry. Okay, Corey asks, is Nikai supposed to be in his own branch of the Sword St. Helios, or is he just a Kaiden? He's just a Kaiden, just ruling over his own territories and all that stuff. He's part of the Sword of St. Helios. He's just a Kaiden within it. Think of it kind of more like a feudal lord helping out his liege lord by comparison, if that makes sense.
Barrett's down. And just like that, life for the UNSC in this ring just got a little safer.
I think we're gonna pass on more bosses and just soar through the skies a bit while I answer some more questions. Rising Fire asks, now that the story of Selenium's Covenant is concluded, would you think about making a video comparing the qualities of the splinter factions that call themselves the Covenant to some extent? And see which one is the most Covenant of them all, as I suggested back in video suggestions. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on making a video comparing the other Covenant remnant groups that style themselves the Covenant. It's going to be an interesting video. That I'm definitely planning on doing at some point. I can't give you guys a clear-cut answer on which one is when that's going to happen, but it will happen at some point this year. Probably. Okay, Corey asks, favorite and least favorite missions from every Halo game except spin-offs. Oh my, that is, oh man, that is not good. Okay. From Halo CE, my favorite has to be the Truth and Reconciliation mission. The least favorite, honestly, anyone that has the Flood, really, because I'm not a big fan of the Flood. Sorry, I'm not a fan of them. Halo 2, obviously, my favorite missions have to be the Arbiter missions. Least favorite, the Master Chiefs. For Halo 3, my favorite has to be, I think, the Covenant. Least favorite, I think, Cortana, the one where we have to rescue Cortana from High Charity. Halo 4, I would say, Forward Unto Dawn would probably be my favorite. My least favorite would probably be, what one would be my least favorite? Honestly, after we crash land on Requiem. Yeah. No, actually, no. My least favorite has to be the Ghost chase as Requiem's core is collapsing. That is my least favorite. It was kind of, I get why it was called, why it needed to be for suspense, but honestly, in my opinion, it just wasn't that engaging. So, for Halo 5, obviously my favorite missions have to be the Sword of the St. Helios missions. And my least favorite has to be, honestly, the Meridian missions. They were kind of dull a bit, honestly. And for Halo Infinite, my favorite has to be House of Reckoning. Least favorite, going after all the beacons while accessing the control spiral over there. But yeah. Okay, moving on to Rising Fire. From Halo Infinite's Blood Stars, who was your favorite and least favorite ones? Oh my god, you guys are on a roll with these things. Favorite one has to be either Orkro Vagadoon or Thav Sabarin. Least favorite, I think it has to be the Skimmer. What are they called? The Skimmer Alphas, or what are they called? What are they called? Hang on. No, that's not it. Oh, the Skimmer Alphas. Those are my least favorite Blood Stars. Though I don't know. Would they be called Blood Stars? Technically. Oh, I didn't do Reach. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Corey. Okay, back to Corey's question. From Reach, I think Long Knife Solace will be my favorite. My least favorite? Winter Contingency, I would say. Yeah. And from ODST, I think my favorite has to be the Buck missions. I think honestly the first Buck mission was honestly my favorite. Least favorite? Playing as Mickey. Out of principle. He's a filthy traitor and I will never forgive him. Sorry, I'll never forgive him. But yeah. Right. Moving on to Arcos. He asked, would you like to see the Prometheans still active in the lore? Halo Infinite kind of did them dirty and threw them under the bus with the Banished. Such a waste and potential and build-up, honestly. Yeah, I would want the Prometheans to kick around. They would probably be less prominent in the lore as they are now, but they could still make an appearance. So,
UNSC distress
I
post.
think they could
That means more Marines.
they could pop up in some form or another.
Let's give them a hand.
But yeah. Alright, moving on to Corey. Do you think some of the vehicles that were never shown, like the Dozer or the Space Bomber, I always call it in Zombies, should return? I'm not sure what those vehicles are, Corey. I'm not quite familiar with what you're describing at the moment. So, I'm gonna say, I don't know. And now, onto the final question for the stream. From Arcos. What is your favorite and least favorite species to fight in the Halo games? Oh my god, guys, you guys are all over me with the favorite and least favorite things, I swear. But to answer your question, favorite species has to be, obviously, the Sangheili. I love the warrior race. They will always get my favorite. They will always be my favorite. In terms of... okay, hang on. Okay, Corey showed me a photo of what the bomber is. Oh, the Covenant... Oh, the scrap ones from Halo CE. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, they should return. They could return in Halo. I mean, it's not impossible. Halo has canonized other scrap vehicles in the past, some from Halo CE. So honestly, I think it's I think they could make a return at least in lore wise. But in terms of game wise, that's more iffy, my friend. But back to Arcos's question. My least favorite species to fight, honestly, I think it's either the the Flood. The Flood is my least favorite species to fight. They are just, honestly, I don't like the space zombies and stuff like that. They're just, I know there's more to the Flood than that, but by and large, the Flood is pretty much space zombies. And honestly, the whole zombie shtick with Halo, I don't know, it's kind of, I'm over it at this point. So, yeah. Okay, and with that, I think that will cover this stream. Thank you guys for participating and being active in Discord and in the live chat. Yeah, if you guys want to have your questions read out for next month, be sure to join up in the Covenant Canon Discord server. If you guys don't know where that is, it's in the description box below. All you need to do is click join and sign up, and all you need to do is go to the community tab and go to Q&A submissions and ask your questions there. Like I said, just make sure it's appropriate. Doesn't necessarily have to be Halo related. It's just normally expected at this point. But yeah, I will see you guys next month. But until then, may the light of the rings and the eyes of Atriox watch down upon you all. Victory to Clan and Kin, guys. Covenant Canon, out.